Mike Owens here with LowKickMMA, and today I'm joined by the Sweet Dreams. Jamahal Hill, the number 6th ranked UFC light heavyweight, was coming off the biggest win of his career versus Thiago Santos all the way back in August. Jamal, pleasure to sit down and chat. How are things with you today?
Pleasure to talk to you, bro. How you doing?
I'm very well, my friend. Let's start with the Santos win because it's been a couple of months since that last fight. Can you maybe give me a little bit of a reflection of your performance and how happy you are with that win?
Pretty much, it was a good performance. It was what I thought. Expected to come out. I expected him to come out and bang because I wasn't gonna give him no other choice. I came forward, touched him up, and it kind of went. It kind of went how I expected. I expected him to give some pushback. I expected him to mix in the wrestling a little bit. Maybe not as much as he did, but it was expected, and I feel like I handled it pretty well. Obviously, there's some things to take from it to grow and get better, but for the most part, I'm happy with the dub. Extra $50,000 check wasn't bad either.
You broke a record, or you became the first man to stop Thiago Santos with strikes at light heavyweight. Did it feel like a statement to get the TKO victory over him?
It felt good to get the win. Period. Yeah, I'm glad I won. I'm glad I got the stoppage. I'm glad I got to put on the show because that's what I told y'all I was gonna give y'all. I feel like I delivered. Hopefully, people feel like I delivered as well, and I know I'm coming that same way every time.
I could be wrong, but it feels like this 3-fight win streak that you're on, Crute, Walker, and now Santos, it feels like something's changed. Am I right there? And if so, can you tell me what has maybe changed, why you're getting these emphatic victories?
Oh yeah, something changed. The assurance, the knowing what to do. I always had like little questions, like little feelings, like kind of uncertainties before. But ever since the Paul Craig fight, even it was crazy that I found it in the loss. In that loss, I found the fact that I knew what to do. I understood where I went wrong. I understood what I needed to do. I understand that as long as I control the fight and I impose my will and things happen on my terms, there's nobody that can beat me. You fight my fight, you dead in the water, period.
It sounds like a cliche, but John Kavanagh once said, you either win or you learn. Did you learn more from the Paul Craig loss than you did than any of your other fights and all of your other wins?
I don't know about more, but it was definitely a powerful lesson. It was definitely a powerful lesson. I mean, that's the same thing I said. I said that. I've never even heard John Kavanaugh say that, but that's the same thing I said. You win or you learn. The only way you lose is if you didn't take anything from it.
I know that you and Craig squashed the beef after the fight, but given that's the only loss on your record, is that a fight that you want back in the future, given the right time and all of that?
Yeah, as long as it's the right time and everything like that, that's definitely a fight I want back. I don't want nobody riding off into the sunset with my name under their belt on just the win side and nothing on the loss side. So that's definitely something I want back. But at the same time, it's got to make sense. I've been putting on dominant and clear cut performances, and I love Paul Craig. But the last fight was not nothing to be desired. There was not nothing. He didn't show anything. He didn't show any new wrinkles. He didn't show that he's pushing up towards that top. With a good performance right there, I think me and him are booked to fight right now. But it didn't happen. Hopefully, he gets it right against Johnny Walker, and he starts to make his push back up towards the top. Because that's where Sweet Dreams resides now, and I don't plan on going nowhere. You feel me?
I did want to ask about that fight, the Johnny Walker versus Paul Craig, two former foes. Who do you have in that fight? Who do you think comes out on top?
That's a good fight, right? So, as everybody already knows, it's can Paul get it to the ground, and can Johnny land the big shot? But the thing is, for how Paul goes about getting the fight to the ground, it's not good, especially not for a dude like Johnny, who's big and he lands hard shots. That dude hits hard. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro. I don't see how he does it. To be honest, truthfully, I don't see how Paul Craig does it other than other than they get on the ground. Now, I'm not gonna say other than them getting on the ground, then Paul Craig has a chance. Absolutely has a chance. But how do they end up on the ground is my question. You know what I'm saying? That matters. And the damage that he takes before they get there, that matters. So, yeah, you got to take all those things into consideration. If I had to pick, if I had to put my money on it, I'm probably going Johnny Walker.
100%, 100%. I want to turn the conversation towards you, Jamahal. And when I say this, I mean this as a complete compliment. But when I watch you fight, you remind me of like an Alex Volkanovski type fighter. And what I mean by that is I can see you're doing something special in there, but I can't put my finger on what that special thing is. So can you tell me what is the special thing? What is the special attribute in your game that makes you such a special fighter?
It's the same thing. That's funny that you said that because Volkanovski is one of the dudes that I'm watching close and I'm excited to watch all the time. He's probably one of my favorite guys to watch right now because he's very similar to the things that I do. You know, it's just an understanding, bro. It's an understanding of where to be, when to go, what you need to do. Having all the tools at your disposal. And he's just, bro, his timing, his movement is just on point, bro. He's just on point. He's flowing. His flow is impeccable right now. You know, you got to be able to break that flow, and the flow is hard to break, man.
In many ways,
he's definitely a flow fighter.
100%. Do you? In many ways, you remind me in terms of your skill set. You fight a little bit like a smaller weight class fighter in many ways.
Yeah.
Who, when you say about your watching Volkanovski, who are the other guys in the lower weight classes that you kind of watch and you go, I could take pieces from their game?
His number one rival, Max Holloway.
Max Holloway.
I've been watching Max for years. Max has been one of my favorites for years. Max, Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira. You know, Charlie Oliveira. If you start to notice, you actually notice how when Charles' striking changed. Just look at the flow. It's the same. He started mixing and started understanding what's coming and then being able to flow and counter off of that. You know, and it's beautiful to watch. Yeah, I love watching Charlie Olives. I love watching Volkanovski, Max Holloway. I like to watch different dudes for different things. If you're talking as far as in terms of like the striking and standing style, those are the guys. You know, I also like, I like watching Aljo grapple. I like watching Aljo grapple. I like watching Marab work. Just his work, like just how he goes in. I take so many different things from all these great guys. You know what I'm saying? And I just try to add it into my game. You know, I'm not above learning. I'm not above respecting and appreciating somebody else's greatness and taking from it. You know what I'm saying? And I do that from guys from all different weight classes. You know, Izzy, Cyril Gane, Francis, Kamaru, Leon, like all these guys. I'm always watching. I mean, even people may even Sean O'Malley. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid is highly skilled. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I'm always watching, bro. I'm always trying to pick up on things, even if it's just something small like a movie.
100%. Well, you're a very special fighter in your own right, as I mentioned at the top. Number 6th ranked light heavyweight in the division at the moment, 3-fight win streak. The trouble with your position now, Jamahal, is everyone above you is either booked to fight each other, or the other two guys who aren't booked in Rakic and Smith have got serious injuries. So what do you do? Do you wait for one
behind me too?
Do you wait for someone above you to become available, or is anyone else below you that interests you?
Yeah, no, you wait to push ahead because now if I didn't have to wait and I was being offered somebody behind me now, as I feel like now, cool. I mean, that make more sense. But the fact that I have to wait, I'm only waiting for a bigger prize. I'm not waiting for a backstep.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I want the winner of which whoever. You know what I mean? Winner of Glover, Yuri. I take that. You know what I mean? I take the winner of Jan Blachowicz, Nagomedov. It don't matter. People, I haven't really heard anything as far as Rakic, like anything official. But I'm assuming people keep mentioning Rakic for a simple reason. He may be back sooner than I think or something. But to me, an injury like that is going to take some time. You know what I mean? And even then, I'm not sure I'm the type of dude he wants to come back and fight.
It feels a bit. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it feels a little bit like the UFC have done you a little bit dirty because you feel like the odd man out in kind of this top end of this light heavyweight title picture. How do you feel at this moment, given that you're saying you've kind of got to wait for the opportunity to come up?
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. It's not ideal. You know, I want to keep rolling. You know, ever since I'm still waiting on my time where I'm just rolling one fight to the next. You know, because since I've been in the UFC, it's been 6 months, 7 month layoff. You know, other than the Jimmy Crute and Johnny Walker thing, that was great. I was loving that. You know, but it's a unique situation. It's a blessing and a curse. You know, I'm blessed to be in a position where not many people have ever made it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, now just because of the times and what's happening right now, it just so happens it's kicking me in the ass as well.
This is what happens though when you get to the top of the division. Is you've got to be more strategic. You can't just fight anybody anymore. You've got to wait for the right matchup to get it to that goal, haven't you?
Say more money, more problems, more success, more problems, more obstacles.
Obviously, you won't be fighting on UFC 282. So a little bit of a technical difficulty there. But Jamahal, UFC 282 will feature the light heavyweight title and the #1 contenders fight between Yan and Ankalaev.
I'll be there.
How big of a night is that in the career of Jamahal Hill?
It's huge. It gives clarity. It helps answer the question that we just said that we were just sitting here talking about. You know, with so many dudes in the division fighting on the same night, like I think almost every 205er that's ranked is fighting that night. You get what I mean? So it's like, just look, just see what I want. It's like they cook it. It's like they cooking it right up under my nose. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry, dog. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. So I don't really give a fuck who step up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this knife and I'm gonna put this fork in you. You're gonna be done.
You'll see this as a difficult question because I know you believe you're the best light heavyweight in the world. But which other light heavyweight do you feel would give you the toughest test in your division?
I think everybody's a tough test. But I think everybody is capable the type of presenting a tough test. Do I see one is just more so than the others? Like I know a lot of people will probably say like somebody like a more predominant grappler, like somebody that's real grappler heavy, but I truly do not worry about that. I've truly never been dominated on the ground ever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about that. You know, whenever it's time for me to show that wrinkle in my game, I'll show that. Hopefully, not hopefully. They gonna see. They gonna feel what it is. But I want everybody, bro. I'm here to beat everybody ass, bro. I'm on everybody ass, bro. I want to clear these fools up. Now, hopefully, John Jones come back and establish himself, and then I'm on his ass too. I haven't forgot about him. That was the person. That's who I came here for. I said that from the time I got here. I was here for that man. I'm still on his ass.
Yuri Prochazka versus Glover Teixeira will be the light heavyweight title fight. Can you give me your opinions on the first fight and who you think will win the rematch?
I think the first fight was good. It was a solid fight. It was fun. It was entertainment. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, as I'm sure everybody was. Good back and forth battle, blood, heart, grit, everything was in that. You know, but I think Glover shit the bed on a lot of opportunities to finish the fight, like a few of them. You know, especially there at the end. You know, when he hit him and kind of had his leg straight and kind of had him up against the fence and then shot for a takedown, which was strange to me. But I think Yuri's a flow fighter. He's a flow fighter, and I think he's capable of making adjustments. Dude's been one of the top for a while. Granted, he hasn't been in the UFC. But you know, he's shown with the performances at the top against top dudes that didn't fucking matter. I mean, so he's ready in his game. I just want to see a great fight. It really don't matter to me. I think if I had to pick, I would think that Glover understands that he had him hurt, that he could have won that fight, and Glover may get it done. You know what I mean? I'm kind of torn between what I want to happen versus, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
what the analytics is telling me.
100%. I want to change the topic very quickly because I want to talk about something. Currently, you're not the light heavyweight king, but you are the king of memes in the UFC, or the king of TikToks, because you have one of the strongest TikTok games in the whole of the UFC. I'd like to know, given your extensive catalogue of TikToks, do you have a favorite?
The next one. My favorite one is the next one. I'm always having fun with it, man. I like coming up with new ideas and like creating them and bringing them to life for people to laugh and enjoy them and things like that. So that's something I'm definitely having fun doing. That's definitely something I'm gonna keep doing.
Is that something that you do for your own entertainment, or is that something that you do for your fans?
Both. It's for both. It's for both. I have fun doing it and I enjoy doing it. Like, it makes me sick because I never find this DVD, right? So back in high school, like senior project, I made like a comedy DVD, like a real deal, like as long like skits and stuff like that. I wish I could find that. I wish I could find that. I think people really like that.
100%. Well, we'll turn back the conversation back to yourself for one final question. Jamahal, we are nearing the end of October 2022 now. I'd like to know, what are your goals for the next 12 months? What would you like to have accomplished in your career or outside the cage by the end of October 2023?
By the end of October 23, within the next year, I either having fought for the title, have the title around my waist already, or have it lined up already. Gold. I'm going for gold. You know, I came here to establish my name. The first couple of years has been that, just working, you know what I mean, but, you know, laying the groundwork. Now I'm here to take everything. I don't give a fuck. I want it all. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I want it all. I don't care. That's it. If you don't want me to have it, you want to show me. You want to show me. You want to beat my ass and take it.
Well, school is in session, given that the president of the Touch 'em Up University has just given his final statement. So, Jamahal, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you connecting with me, and I wish you the best of luck and look forward to seeing you back in action, and hopefully they're not too distant.
No problem, bro. No problem, bro. I appreciate you having me, bro. It was a good talk.
Before we finish, Jamahal, how can people find you on social media, and any sponsors you'd like to plug? The floor is yours for the last word.
Oh yeah, you know, you can find me on Instagram, sweet_dreams_JHill. That's where I drop a lot of my content. I also have my TikTok at Jamahal H. I just started my YouTube channel. It's called I Was Bored Entertainment. So I'm gonna start dropping like a little bit lengthier skits and give like my breakdowns and some of my insights and things like that. Give a little bit more access in the, you know what I mean, in the content and things like that. But yeah, tap in, check in with me on that. You know, y'all see me rocking the Grind Hard USA. It's a clothing brand. It's the you know what I mean, fearless. It's the gear, the worker, the heart, the grit. You know, it's a mindset. I rock this because it's a mindset. Grind Hard USA is where I reside.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKickMMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.